There being none, we will now proceed to speaker number 5. Speaker number 5 is Jeffrey Smith. His speech entitled, Speak Attack. Speak Attack, Jeffrey Smith.
Thank you, Ed. My friends, language is a powerful thing, is it not? They say the pen is mightier than the sword, and it's true. The written, and especially the spoken word, can inspire people to pursue a course of action with unbridled enthusiasm. Brute force can never match that. Now, in the United States, we tend to be a bit casual in our use of language. I suppose in Great Britain, a bit less so. But one nation in particular, is very careful with their language and its use. And that nation is France. And why not? For centuries, French was the language of royalty, of diplomacy, and higher learning. Sometimes I think they take it a bit too far. Let me set this up for you. You see, the French have an old saying. It goes like this. Plus ça change, plus c'est la même chose. It means, the more things change, the more they stay the same. So you'd think with that sort of fatalistic, history repeats itself attitude that the French would pretty much take things as they come. Well, not when it comes to their language. No, in fact, the French will go so far as to make up new French words to replace new English words, just to keep the English word from infiltrating the French language. For example, the word computer. In French, it's not le computer. It's not even machine de calculation rapide. No. In French, it's ordinateur. That's not even close. You'd never even guess that. And to make it worse, they call software logiciel. They could have given us 1 out of 2, but no. In the 80s, when people started using the Walkman to refer to any sort of personal music player, the French had to come up with a new word, baladeur. And, well, the list goes on. And yes, it seems silly to us, but it's just because the French love their language. They cherish it, embrace it, and protect it as a national treasure. Which means we have them right where we want them. Oh yes, my friend. You may recall a few years ago when the French took issue with U.S. foreign policy, and our politicians thought they'd make a point by renaming the house cafeteria fries Freedom Fries instead of French fries. To which the universal French response was, je ne give a damn pas. Well, I tell you, those French better be careful. They better take care, because our politicians held back. You see, we have a natural resource that can bring France to its knees. A resource that likes to shine a little brighter and stand a little taller than its peers. I'm talking about the great state of Texas. Yes, Texas. Now, I had the good fortune to live in the Lone Star State for a few years, and let me tell you, it's like a whole other country. It's a land of big hats and big hair, oil derricks and rodeos, armadillos, longhorn stilt, and warm, friendly people who speak with a distinctive Texan drawl and have a tendency when they talk to put the emphasis on the wrong syllable. For instance, a Texan would never ask a coworker to come over and help put up an automobile insurance display. No. He'd say, hey, come here, help me put up this automobile insurance display. You see how that works? Now, I learned a little secret while I was there, and that is that Texas's adopted son, George Bush Sr., say what you will about the boys, George Bush Sr. is a very intelligent man. Seriously. In fact, he is so smart that he anticipated a day when we may have diplomatic differences with France, and he recognized the linguistic leverage that Texans may bring to bear. And so, somewhere deep in the heart of Texas, the U.S. government is teaching the good old boys to speak French. Well, sure, they had to start with the basics, like bonjour means howdy. Tout suite means pronto. And sacre bleu means dadgummit. But now those Texans are pert near fluent. And if that doesn't sound like a threat, then just you imagine 1,000 Texan francophones moseying into bistros across Paris, sidling up to the bar and greeting the startled waitstaff with a friendly, "Bounger! Come in, tally do! Sava? Hooey, Sava! Garçon, je voudrais ice cold beer. Très grande, silly do play. D'accord? Okay then. Bonjour, mademoiselle. Deep in the heart. Oh, merci beaucoup. A votre santé. Talk about shock and awe. I think a few days of that country fried franglaise ought to bring the French around our private view, don't you think? At least I hope it does. Because I kind of like the French. They really are friendly, fun-loving people, you know, the whole joie de vivre thing and all, but they're also strong, resilient people. Just afraid if they hold out too long that our president may feel compelled to call in the elite team. And that won't be pretty. Yes, my friends, the Army has the Green Berets, the Navy has the SEALs, but Texas has TAPS. Texas Association of Pig Latin Speakers. oh, sure, laugh if you want, but I tell you what, once those boys are activated, then who doggies? Let's just see those French try to us play assez enche, us play assez la ende enche that one. I think not. Why, faster than you can spit, the French Prime Minister will be scrambling for any scrap of paper that's not crammed down a Frenchman's ear canal and scribbling out with unbridled enthusiasm a letter of unconditional surrender to the United States of America. And with that in their hands, the triumphant Texans can bid au revoir to France and return home tout sweet. Oh, yes, my friends. Mesdames and messieurs, language is a powerful thing. Absolutement! Mr. Toastmaster.
That was Jeffrey Smith's Speak Attack. We'll allow for one moment of silence now while our judges tally their ballots.